Hi, so this book is one of my favorites. It's one of my new ones. It was illustrated by, I hope I get this right, Norville maybe, Dovindinite, and it is written by Karen Young, and this is a series of books that I really like, and this one in particular is for kids about anxiety, courage, and already being awesome. So these are obviously dedicated to Eli and my students. Hey awesome, this book is for you. We actually read this the other day before our class item for Matariki because we were very nervous and we needed to be reminded that we can do hard things. Let's be honest, anxiety is not for wimps. If you could see anxiety coming, you'd probably want to put it in a very strong box with a tight-fitting lid. If you've just seen Inside Out 2, this is very topical. Or turn it into a tiny panda in cowboy boots so it wasn't so scary. Anxiety comes from a strong, healthy, magnificent brain that is a little overprotective sometimes. That same brain that can make you feel very anxious also makes you very awesome. Anxiety shows up to check that you're okay, not to tell you that you're not. Anxiety is your brain's way of keeping you safe. It can feel like a big, dirty troublemaker, but it's a sign that your strong, healthy brain is doing exactly what brains are meant to do. It's keeping you alive, awesome, and remembering where you left your feet. Anxiety comes from a part of your brain called the amygdala, which is like your own fierce warrior, and it's there to protect you. Sometimes your brain works so hard to protect you, it hits the panic button by mistake. This can feel unsettling, but a special breathing trick can help you feel calm again. Breathe in for 3, hold for 1, breathe out for 3. 1, 2, 3. Brains love it. Even better, you can train your brain to be less anxious and to stop hitting the panic button even if it doesn't need to. You can change your brain. How powerful is that? Brains can change. Well, they can't change their shoes because they don't wear any, but brains can change in other important ways. You can train yours to be the best one for you. The different parts of your brain are in charge of different things. Each part gets stronger and works better every time you use it, kind of like a muscle. Scientists have proven it. When you take a strong, steady breath, you're strengthening the parts of your brain that help you stay calm. Every time you do something brave, like decide, I'm okay, I can do this, you're strengthening the parts that give you courage. With mindfulness, you're teaching your brain how to stop worrying about the things that might happen, but probably won't. When you exercise, you're strengthening important parts of your brain that help you stay happier and less anxious. Just like exercise keeps your body healthy, it keeps your brain healthy too. Brains. No wonder we love them so much. Oh, you can see both pages. Good. So this is the thoughts inside somebody's head. Sweet pugs in pants. What if I mess this up? Breathe. I've got this. I can do this. Whatever happens, I'll be okay. Your mind is powerful. Anxious thoughts will make you anxious. Brave thoughts will make you brave, even if you don't feel very brave. Brave people aren't brave because they never get anxious. They're brave because when they feel anxious, they don't let it stop them from doing hard things. The trick is to remember that feelings, thoughts, and actions don't need to match. You can feel anxious and think brave, or feel anxious and act brave. Remember, you only need to be brave for 30 seconds at a time, just long enough to be brave enough, and sometimes even a little fabulous. have what it takes to do hard things. The secret to doing hard things is knowing that somewhere inside of you, the courage you need will be there, whether you feel it or not. You've proven this because you've done hard things before. Don't let your mind tell you that you can't do hard things, because you can. There has always been magic inside of you. You're a thinker and a planner. Your amygdala loves keeping you safe. This gives you an awesome ability to think ahead, explore the possibilities, and plan. Thinking ahead is brilliant, but if you think too much about what might happen, things can go wrong. Oh, there's just a random cat that's just walked past. Sorry, I'll read that again. Thinking ahead is brilliant, but if you think too much about what might go wrong, anxiety can happen. Find calm when you need to by steering your brain from thinking what if to noticing what is. Here's how. Focus on what's happening around you. I want you to name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Brains love being in the now, probably as much as they love dessert and happy things. It's one of my favorite grounding exercises, that one. You're brave, strong, and determined. Anxiety and courage always happen together. The more anxious you are, the braver you're about to be. People with anxiety are some of the bravest people of all, because when things feel scary, they do them anyway. But you might not see them wrestling tigers, because as well as being brave, they're also very smart. Brave is whatever feels brave for you. The same people who can explore space or swim in the ocean at midnight might be terrified of talking about what scares them, creating something special for others to enjoy, standing up for someone, or saying, "I love you." If it feels brave, then it is. People really like you. You understand people. What can hurt them and what can make them feel like rock stars. Or just excellent, without the rock star vibe. You know what it's like to feel great, and you know what it's like to not feel so great. Your experience with different feelings helps you understand what other people might be feeling and what they might need. You're kind, thoughtful, honest, compassionate, and funny. Of all the things to be, these are some of the coolest. You make the best friend. Sometimes it just feels good to hang out with yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Lots of awesome people feel that way. You would make a seriously awesome leader. Leaders and captains come in all ages, shapes, and t-shirts, and you would be a brilliant one. You might notice things that worry you, but that's because you notice so much of the world in general. This has given you the awesome ability to notice what might be needed and to think of solutions or ideas that nobody else has thought of. Some leaders don't even know they're leaders. Sometimes people lead the way by being the first to do what's brave and right. They might speak up when something feels wrong, say no when others are saying yes, but shouldn't, or go out of their way to be kind to the new kid in class. They are strong, kind, and courageous, and you are all of these. You are creative. Anxiety and creativity both happen because of your amazing ability to imagine things that don't exist, or haven't happened yet, and might not happen at all. With anxiety, your brain takes over and imagines worrying things. With creativity, you're the boss of your brain, and you can use your ability to imagine wondrous things, silly things, or anything you want. If you're already doing something creative, keep going. If you haven't found your creative spark yet, keep looking. It's in you for sure. There are plenty of ways to be creative. Cooking, building, writing, inventing, dancing, making videos, or designing tiny slippers for cats. To discover your creativity, try this. Come up with as many ideas as you can for things you might do with a spoon. This is random. Maybe row a boat. Paint your feet. Feed honey to a bear, but not a grizzly. Grizzlies can feed themselves, okay? Some of the best ideas start as ridiculous ones, so go for it. You make good decisions. You have the awesome ability to think about things from angles nobody else has thought of. Sometimes you might make a teeny bit longer. Too much reading at this point. Sometimes you might take a teeny bit longer to make a decision, but when you do, it's usually the right one. A way to take the tricky out of tricky decisions is to remember that sometimes there are no wrong decisions. Just a choice between two or more things that will be equally good for you. Chocolate ice cream or vanilla. Both are delicious. Neither will clean your room. Neither will turn your hair into spaghetti though. The things that matter to you really matter. Family, friends, pets, rats. You really care about the people and things that are important to you. You always work hard to make sure they're okay and that they know how important they are to you, and know that you're important to them too. You make the world better for everyone around you. You're a little bit of a rock star, a little bit fab, and a little bit magical. The world glistens where you stand. You don't need to believe it, it's just how it is. Ask anyone who loves you. In your very important part of the world, you have everything you need to be brave enough and strong enough for anything. You're king of your kingdom, queen of your queendom, and you're awesome. The end. I don't know if I'm getting better at this. I'm stressed out that people might be watching.